Good morning. I'm going to get started. So welcome to our webinar for today, Vision, Purpose and Values. And we've been working a lot on this ourselves at PPF and reviewing and refreshing or updating. I don't know what the right word is, but we've been looking at them and making sure that they're still correct and re-establishing them so that we can obviously ensure that we know as a company where we're going. And it got me thinking as well, a lot of people are turning to 2022 and planning for the future, and having that your clear vision and purpose will actually help you then to plan where you're going next year. So I thought this was a really key webinar to produce at this time. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cheryl. I'm the CEO of Pink Pig Financials. And we've been going now for nearly 8 years, and we help business owners to achieve their goals through their accounting and finances and everything. So hopefully I'll show you a little bit about what we're about today, and why we're not your typical accountant that just looks at some receipts and your records at year end and then produces some reports and leaves you to it. We're much more hands-on, working with you, our clients, to help them get where they want to be, basically. Right, so let's start by reflecting on the thought of the day by Peter Drucker. Today's thought of the day is culture eats strategy for breakfast. So no matter how great your strategy is, if you don't have the right culture in your workplace, you simply won't get the results. So today's webinar is about the three most influential drivers of that positive culture. As I said before, your vision, your purpose, and of course your core values. Before we get stuck in, I just want to throw in our usual disclaimer. The information in this educational webinar is very general in nature. So obviously it's no substitute for tailored advice specific to your specific circumstances. But let's have a look at today's agenda. We'll quickly overview the 3 cornerstones of culture. We'll then delve deeper into how to develop your vision, purpose and core values, and how these culminate into an important business asset, your culture card. So why is workplace culture so important? Studies have shown that businesses with a great culture and an engaged team significantly, that's the right word, outperform those without. So your vision, your purpose and your values are the 3 key elements of your culture. And when you spend time developing these, sharing them with your team and ensuring you and your team truly believe in the culture and live into them as well, you'll create a sense of belonging for your team and your customers or clients, whatever you call them, and you build alignment throughout your business. And you can also use these cornerstones as a filter for decision making. So things like recruitment, ensuring customers are a right fit for you and your business, and many other things as well. So let's have a closer look at each one of them, and then I'll show you how you can pull them all together and support your team buy-in. And throughout this webinar, when I say team, it doesn't necessarily just mean employees who work for you. It could be your team, like your spouse, your partner. Your team could include people you outsource, like we've got an outsourced marketing department, but our culture is very much reflected in what they do because we work so closely with them. Quite a lot of our culture is aligned with theirs, and things like that. Other people who you work with very closely as well, we'd call them all part of your team. Right, so let's start with vision. First cornerstone of your culture. According to research published in the Harvard Business Review, evaluating tens of thousands of working people around the world, effectively enlisting the hearts and minds of your organisation in a shared vision of the future differentiates leaders from non-leaders. In short, companies without an effective strategic vision struggle to provide a meaningful context for their goals, strategies, and implementation plans. And I will never forget the story. I think it was NASA, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody went into NASA and they was talking to all the different people. And they were saying about I was talking to people about why they worked there, what they did and everything. And this one guy spoke to the janitor, as they call it in America, and said, "What are you here for?" And he said, "I'm helping to put a man on the moon." That was the vision of the company that they all bought into. In every single role, they was all there to help put a man on the moon. No matter what they actually did in the business, that was the vision of what they wanted to do. So, Jim Collins is a celebrated author, speaker and consultant. Developed the concept of your vision comprising your core ideology and your envisaged future. So to break this down further, your core ideology consists of your core purpose and your core values. And it's the enduring character of your business, a consistent identity that transcends product or marketing lifestyles, management fads, and individual leaders. Your envisaged future translates your core ideology, so into a tangible goal. So it's made up of 10 to 30 year BHAG and vivid descriptions, or BHAG, however you want to say it. A BHAG is a big, hairy, audacious goal. In other words, a goal so big that you're forced to dramatically improve or you won't be able to achieve it. And it should be a goal which may only have a 50 to 70% chance of achievement, but one which you truly believe you can achieve. It should be concise and easy to understand. Vivid descriptions are essential to make your BHAG tangible, and they should paint a picture of what it would look like when you achieve this. So to use Jim Collins' words, your envisioned, I can't say that word, should put a different word in, shouldn't I? Your envisaged future should be so exciting in its own right that it would continue to keep the organisation motivated, even if the leaders who set the goal disappeared. That each part is essential for success. Without progression towards a desired future state, your purpose and your values become meaningless. But your future vision can't be achieved without a stable foundation created by your purpose and values. So how do you articulate your vision? So here are some important guidelines for developing a clear vision statement derived from Change Factory. So first of all, write in present tense, not future. Summarize your vision in a powerful phrase. Describe an outcome, so the best outcome you can achieve. Use unambiguous language, which is easy to understand. Evoke emotion, and it should be obviously and unashamedly, that's the word, unashamedly passionate. And it must help build the same picture in people's minds. So here are some examples of some great vision statements. Tesla's vision is to create the most compelling car company of the 21st century by driving the world's transition to electric vehicles. Nike's vision is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. And they've defined athlete as, if you have body, you are an athlete. LinkedIn's vision is to create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. And here's our vision at Pink Pig Financials: to continue being award-winning, industry-leading accountants who are always ahead of the curve. And we think that sums us up pretty well. And something that we've put together, and it has changed, it's evolved over the last 8 years. My vision now is a completely different vision to when we first started the company, and I think that's fine to have. You can evolve as you go, your vision will evolve as you go, but as long as you know what your vision is, that's all that matters. So every company should have a vision of what they want their company to be. The second cornerstone of culture is your purpose. Your purpose is why your business exists, or your customers, sorry, why your business exists for your customers, summarized in 7 words or less. Or simply put, this is your why. So of course your business exists to make a profit, but this is not your purpose. Your purpose is your reason for being, not a goal or a business strategy. It's extremely important because, as Simon Sinek says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Which leads me to the golden circle. So to better understand your purpose, let's look at the golden circle created by Simon Sinek. Most businesses first describe what it is they do, followed by how they do it. They often fail to talk about why the business exists for their customers. It's important to communicate with the outside, from the inside out, building an emotional connection with customers. So how would you describe your why or your core purpose? This should be 5 to 7 words, depending on, this should be 5 to 7 words defining why you exist for your customers. Then when you have a clear purpose that your team understands, it's much easier to achieve the alignment of thinking. For example, our purpose, I will share with you shortly. And actually it's more than 7 words, so I'm kind of gone against my own advice here, but you'll see why when we get to it. And then once you've articulated your purpose, you can then talk about the how and your unique selling point or brand promise. And when customers understand your why and your how, you can discuss the what, the products or services you offer to achieve your why. And it's not clicking on. Okay, so here are 5 characteristics of a good purpose according to Jim Collins. It must be inspiring to bring your whole team. Everybody on your team should not only know your purpose, they should believe in it. It must still be valid. It must be as valid still in 100 years as it is now. So this means that you need to be broad enough to capture what you do, but not specific to your products or services. It should help you consider what you could be doing but aren't, what products or services you offer, which will help you live into your purpose while staying relevant to what customers want. It should help you decide what not to do. Are your new product or service ideas relevant to your purpose? If not, should you really start them? It should be truly authentic to your business. You can't copy somebody else's purpose. Even if it could be similar, it can't be a copy because it's your purpose, your business's purpose. And you can't make one up thinking it's what your customers want to hear. So you must really live into your purpose. So let's look at some great purpose statements. So Tesla's is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So notice how the purpose doesn't actually mention vehicles. This opens Tesla up to other opportunities in the sustainable energy industry. Netflix's purpose is to entertain the world. And Zoom is to make video communications frictionless and secure. So you can see how these would be inspiring to their team, would be valid in 100 years, and helps them to think about what they could be doing, helps them decide what not to do, and they're truly authentic to the purpose. As I said, our purpose is a little bit longer, but we've kind of needed it to be longer because we needed to really get it out there. So our purpose is to offer innovative digital accounting services to dynamic CEOs so that they have more time to do more of what they love with who they love. And I think this is really important. So, okay, we have mentioned the digital accounting services because that's who we are as people and that's what we offer. But it's staying there who our clients are, and it's saying what we are trying to achieve for them so that they have more time to do more of what they love with who they love. And I think that's the most important bit of it for us. That's what we do. That's our purpose, to get up every day, to help people do more of what they love. And that's not just our clients, it's our team as well. And we really do bring that through to everything that we do at Pink Peak Financials. The third cornerstone of culture is your core values. Now, these are timeless, guiding principles that speak from the heart of your business. Your core values are almost like a set of fundamental rules of engagement for you, your team, and your customers. So core values are extremely important and powerful. They should act as decision-making filters. If a possible decision doesn't align with your core values, then you should consider other options which do. Numerous studies show that core values are a key driver of team engagement. Data tells us this equates to less sick leave, less team turnover, and therefore less time spent recruiting, less rework, better communication, higher innovation, higher productivity, higher profitability. Your core values can be used to resolve conflict. Are both parties to the conflict living into your core values? You can use your core values to guide desired behaviours and come up with a resolution. Your core values are the heart of your identity. So let's take a closer look at what I mean by this. So let me introduce you to the identity iceberg, which demonstrates the impact our values have on our behaviour. So above the surface, we have our actions, which are visible, but these are simply the tip of the iceberg. They're what we, our clients, and our team members see and experience, but they're driven by what's beneath the surface. Immediately beneath the surface are our habits. These habits are driven by our thinking, which is influenced by our beliefs. And as we move towards the bottom of the iceberg, our values are driven by our identity. And our identity defines our values. So as a business, we need to delve deep below the surface to capture the values that reflect our identity, our brand, and bring those to the surface so that we can constantly allow them to influence the behaviour we want. And each of your core values needs a clear definition so that everyone understands what they mean. So here's our recommended process for you to derive and clearly define your core values. So firstly, goes without saying, allocate some uninterrupted time to this process. And I'd say it'd probably be at least half a day. I know when I've done this in the past, it's taken a good few hours to do. So, and it's really good. A tip would be to get out of your normal place of work and do it somewhere different, just so that you're completely focused without any distractions as well. I'd recommend using an experienced facilitator to guide you through the process. I've definitely had that when I've been through the process. And this ensures that everyone's point of view is heard and no one dominates the outcome. And an experienced facilitator will also ask probing questions to get you thinking and brainstorming and just generally helping you to uncover what is there in your brain already, but you wouldn't necessarily look that deep into for. The brainstorming process identifies all potential values that may feature in our core values or their definitions. I'd say stick to a limit of no more than 5 core values, and these should be 1 to 3 words each. Next, define each core value using no more than 10 words for each definition, or around 10, because I know ours are longer. Ensure they're relevant to you as owners and to your team and to your clients. And avoid hygiene values, as they won't differentiate your business from your competitors. So words like honesty, professionalism, which should be a given for any business and not your core values. So here are ours at Pink Pig, and we used to have more than this, and under our simplicity value, we simplified them and merged them together. So we think this takes all of our previous values and just, as I said, simplifies them into one. So we was living out our values when we did this last process. So we've got excellence. We strive for excellence in all that we do by investing in ourselves and the best tech available to ensure that we are always ahead of the curve. And you can see there, that goes back to our vision as well, about being ahead of the curve. And that's something really important for us at Pink Pig, and it's something that I've always wanted to be. And it's kind of probably something that I fell into very early on, where I had a driver for being digital, because that suited the way I wanted to work. And so a lot of things I implemented well before they become popular, and now a lot of accountancy related stuff is going that way, and business stuff in general is going that way. So we strive to stay ahead of the curve. Simplicity, so we streamline the accountancy process to make it as efficient as possible in order to free up your time to do more of what you love. And to be fair, we streamline every process. It's not just the accountancy process, but for our clients, we streamline their accountancy process. But in all ways, we look for things to be simple and simplified, because what's the point of doing things in 10 steps when it could be done just as well in 2, if not actually better in 2. And then lifestyle, and this comes back to our family orientation, but we wanted to make it bigger than just family, because family is part of your lifestyle. So our whole business ethos revolves around your desired lifestyle, doing what you love with who you love. And I think although family is a great word, and family is very important to us at Pink Pig, family doesn't have to be your physical family related to you. It could be your friends, your work colleagues, your pets, whoever your family is to you, whoever it is that you love and want to spend time with, that is your family. And that's what we wanted to encompass into lifestyle. There's more to life than working, and it's all about your lifestyle and how you want to live your life. So how do you bring your culture to life? So here's a simple but effective process. So first, after finalising your vision, purpose and core values, you can create a culture card. So what I've done, or a deck or something. So what we've done, as you can see, we've got those 3 steps all on I don't know what you want to call it. It's part of our deck. We've got a culture deck. So we've got a like a Zoom, not Zoom, sorry, like I suppose a little bit like a PowerPoint presentation. We've got all our things on there for our team. We've got it shared on the website and so on. But having those cards, culture cards, whatever you want to call them, and we can share that with our team. We share it with our clients. We've shared it on social media. We have and I'm skipping ahead all my things here, obviously, but having those posts, whatever you want to call it, they're there, and it will give you a starting point to start the rest of it and sharing it. Now you can have this professionally designed, and I know my marketing team are working on some things around this. These are just ones I've knocked up in Canva, what you're seeing today. So Canva's great for putting these things together if you can. You can use all the templates. But obviously, if you don't have the skills or the resources, then getting somebody professionally to do it is great for you. Ensure your team's committed them to memory. As I said before, promote them on your website, use them in your marketing. So we've got them on our social media, and our website has got everything on, and it's currently being updated. So it may be slightly different on the website at the moment, but it is in the process of being updated. I think it's with the builders at the moment to do. Ensure that your vision, purpose, and values are highly visible within your workplace. So displaying what we've done around your offices is a great way to do this. If you work from home, you can have them printed, or maybe like postcards, and put them up on the wall or something. And you can send that to your team as well if they work remotely, so that they can have them in their work area. Walk the talk and share clear examples of when team members utilise these cornerstones for conflict resolution, decision making, or to praise a colleague. We've recently been going through the hiring process for a new team member, and we've used the values quite a lot to see if they're a good fit for us, see if their values aligned with ours, and what they would bring to the team around our values. So it's been really good to see how it fits and how it helps make that decision of which person we're eventually going to hire. But we also do it within the team, and like, for example, excellence, we're currently all getting now 0 recertifications for the next year. So we're celebrating and praising each other for achieving our recertifications, part of excellence, and so forth. So yeah, it's really good for that. And then finally, review them annually. So not only to ensure that they're still relevant, but also so that new team members understand how they came about, and of course refreshing the whole team on their importance. And this is the process we've gone through this year. I think we started it back in, we'll say June, July time, and it was we've now got them all finalised, ready to, as I said, start putting them all on our website and everything going forward. So yeah, it's really important to ensure that they remain relevant to you and your business. Right, so my aim here today is to help you take what you've learned and implement some of those positive changes in your business. So what are your next steps from here? Make the choice to improve the culture of your business today by putting a line in the sand and taking the first positive step forwards to improving your results. If you've already got vision, purpose, and values, decide whether or not these are still relevant or if you need to review them. If you don't have them in place, work out the best way to create them. And then once you've developed them, ensure they're visible and that you're living into them and they're clear to your team and your customers as well. And these are all things that you can do, so you don't need to focus on things that are out of your control. And of course, if you need help from us, then we're here for you and we want to help. So how can we help you? As I said, the information we've gone through today is general in nature and no substitute for specific tailored advice and support. So there are several ways we can help you more specifically beyond today's webinar. Business planning is a fundamental framework for improving your culture, for clarified vision, purpose, and values, right through to planning and goal alignment with your team. We've also done core values development, and we've done this through actually one of our clients, Innovate Enterprise Solutions, and I'd be very happy to make the introduction to the team to have a chat with them about how they could facilitate core values development with you and your team as well, so you can create your own or develop your own unique core values. If you're not ready to commit to a service at the moment, then we can send you over our golden circle worksheet, sorry. And this steps you through each layer of the golden circle to clarify your why and learn how to articulate it to your customers, and then position your how and your what. And of course, if you're not sure of the best way forward with your business, then we have a complimentary meeting, or we can have, sorry, a complimentary meeting to discuss your unique situation. So I hope you found that helpful. I haven't had any questions come through while we've been on. Does anybody have any questions at all? No, I'm just going to leave that for a couple of minutes just to check. Okay, so no questions coming through. If you do have any questions, then please do feel free to email me after the webinar, or if you're watching this as a recording, then once you've watched the recording. So before we go, I thought I'd share this quote with you. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. So make a simple plan today. Commit to at least 3 actions you will take as a result of today's webinar. Write them down, give each of them an owner and a completion date. And remember, if you need our support, we are here. So thank you everybody for attending or watching the recording. I hope you've found it useful. Thank you for making the time to attend or watch the recording. So we appreciate that your time is very valuable. If you've got any feedback or any questions, as I said, I'd love to hear from you. So please do just drop me an email, reply to my email when I send out the recording. And also, if there's any other topics that you'd like us to cover, we're always open to suggestions, and it doesn't have to just be accountancy related topics. As you've seen today, we can cover other business topics as well. So I hope we've given you some ideas to ponder and some clear next steps for you and your business. Our next webinar is Redefining Success, and that is at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, the 14th of December, and it'd be great to see you there. Thank you and have a fabulous day.